We are only 2 weeks away from the FC25 launch, and here are 8 teams to start your FC25 career mode journey with. If you love these type of content, make sure to like and subscribe and put the notification bell on so you don't miss another video. I really do appreciate it, and without further ado, let's get into the first team. Unless you've been living under a rock, you would know that Como 1907 have recently been promoted to the Serie A after their relegation back in 2003. With the new coach Cesc Fabregas, it is your responsibility to keep them up, develop and sign youth players, and also get in some experienced players. They have the likes of Nico Paz, Alberto Monod, and even Rafael Varane. With these sort of players, you could maybe even finish mid-table because they have the sort of squad to get there. In the first season, try to avoid relegation and then build your way up, improving every position in the team, eventually making a Serie A title contending team and becoming a threat in the UCL. Chelsea were founded in 1905 and have been one of England's most successful clubs. Recently, that hasn't been the case. They finished 12th in the 22-23 season and 6th in the previous season. That's 2 years without Champions League football. Also recently, they have lost a lot of finals, such as the Carabao Cup final earlier this year and the FA Cup final in 2022. So being able to end Chelsea's streak of losing at Wembley could be a good challenge. Chelsea have all the players to be able to get into the top 4 and win much more silverware. With the new signings of Joao Felix, Jadon Sancho and Pedro Neto, this gives you all the squad depth you'll need when you are competing in the Conference League. It is in your hands to lead the team from hovering around mid-table to eventual Premier League winners within a couple of seasons. 2 years ago, Ipswich Town were in the 3rd division of English football. Now they have reached the Premier League and they are currently sat in 17th place. The last time Ipswich won the 1st division was in 1962, over 60 years ago. Ipswich have quality players like Axel Tuanzebe, Connor Chaplin and new signing Calvin Phillips, who you can try and revive his career and make him one of the best central defensive midfielders in the world. Your goals in the first season should be to try and avoid relegation with the limited resources that you have, then work your way up the table each season, eventually leading them to become Premier League champions. Also loan in some players to help with your Ipswich journey. It will really help benefit, and you could eventually sign them when you have the budget to do so. Boa Vista are a historic club that have won the Portuguese League once in 2001 and the Portuguese Cup 5 times in their history. Since then, they have been lurking between mid-table and relegation. They are based in Porto, so your job is to make Boa Vista a bigger club than Porto in your tenure by winning the Champions League, Europa League, Portuguese League and the Portuguese Cup. They have star players like Bozanic Bruninho and Camara who can win you games on their own. Sign young players and spend maximum of 60 million euros on a player. Use the youth academy to scout the next Raul Merrils or Jose Bozingua. Marseille are the only club in French history to have won the Champions League. Since PSG's dominance took over, they haven't won a league title since 2009. Last season they had an awful campaign, finishing in 8th behind the likes of Brest and Lens. Marseille have really improved their attack with signing the likes of Mason Greenwood, Eli Wahi and Holzberg from Spurs. They have started the season off well in real life, being in 2nd, only 2 points behind last season's Ligue 1 champions PSG. Without Kylian Mbappe, PSG should drop off and the league should be a lot more broad so other clubs can compete in the league. This is a great time for you to bring the glory Marseille days back and make them the best Ligue 1 team of recent times. 1860 Munich was one of the founding members of the Bundesliga in 1963, becoming West German champions in 1966, and played a total of 20 seasons in the top flight. Since their relegation from the Bundesliga, 1860 Munich play their home games at the Grunwalder Stadion. They used to be one of the best teams in Germany. Nowadays, they're just sitting in the 3rd division of Germany and don't really look like they will be pushing for any title fights or anything. This could be a good save idea. You could recruit a youth staff and only sign players from Germany. Build a strong core team and proceed to climb up the divisions and hopefully land yourself in the Bundesliga and maybe become Bundesliga champions in the future. This is a good team to do a career mode with because they have a good history and it would be nice to see them back at the top level like they once were. Athletic Bilbao are a professional football club based in the city of Bilbao in the Basque Country, Spain. They are known as Los Leones because their stadium was built near a church called San Mames, which was named after St. Mems, an early Christian thrown to the lions by the Romans. Bilbao have a strict transfer policy where they are only able to sign players in the Basque region, meaning they can only sign youth players or players from that area. For me, this is the best team you can do your FC25 save with because they have updated the youth scoutings and the growth of the youth players. You will have to use your scouting report to only sign Spanish players and assign a lot of youth scouts too. Hopefully, you will see yourself in a Champions League final and competing for the La Liga trophy. The last time Sunderland made an appearance in the Premier League was in 2017. Ever since then, they have been strolling around League One and the Championship. Currently, they sit in first place in the Championship. They have quality players such as Dan Neil, Chris Neil and Joe Bellingham, who is the younger brother of Ballon d'Or contender Jude Bellingham. Try to develop the young players such as Joe Bellingham to become a superstar in the making. Set yourself a challenge. If you don't get promoted into the Premier League in your first season, then you'll have to sell your best player to any club that offers for them. It would be great to see Sunderland back into the Premier League after waiting 8 long years not being in the top division of English football. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share and subscribe, and see you guys later.